Hello, fellow rock tumblers. What do we have here? This is Jasper that I collected outside of Deming, New Mexico a couple of days ago. That's right, I went rock hounding. I found all this stuff out on BLM land just north of the city. There's lots of it out there. These pieces look like they may be interesting once we get them all tumbled and smooth and shiny. I don't know how much of this pattern will actually remain. A lot of this stuff is just staining, but if it's actually in the stone, you can see some of the color. This should be really nice once it's finished with the polishing. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and get this rolling in a barrel. It's just enough here for my 3-pound barrel. Add some coarse grit. Keep it rolling as long as it takes to make these nice and smooth. And then I'll bring them back here and show you what they look like before moving these onto the polishing stages. Check it out, our Deming Jasper, in air quotes, is all finished with the coarse stage. I put it in air quotes because after tumbling these pieces in the coarse grit, I think a couple of them may not actually be Jasper. But most of it is Jasper-y, let's say. And I think we'll take a good polish. Like this piece clearly doesn't look like Jasper, but these other pieces, let's just say Jasper-like. Anyway, let's see how well these things polish. Let me get them in the vibratory tumbler. I'll do my regular 8-day 4-step process. And then I'll bring them back in here and show you what they look like. Hopefully they will be nice and shiny. The rocks from Deming, New Mexico are finally finished with the polishing. And I think some of this is Jasper, but honestly some of this is I don't know what. A lot of this just took a matte finish, which I'm not such a fan of that. But some of it turned out really nice. Let's take a closer look at some of the nicer ones. Now, although this took more of a matte finish than a mirror-like shine, it still is a beautiful rock. Look at the pattern in there and the design and the color. So I'm not unhappy with this one. I mean, I wish it would have been shinier, but all things considered, I still think it turned out really nice. And here's another one that, again, didn't take a super mirror-like shine, but honestly, who cares? Look at the pattern in that. Wow, I think that's just beautiful. I love the pattern and the colors in this thing. Now, this one did take a better shine, and thank goodness, because look at the color in this thing. I have several pieces like this with the reddish, orangish combination. I guess this is some kind of Deming New Mexico Jasper, but all I know is I really like the way it turns out. And here's another piece like that. Now this one, as you can see, had some issues in the tumbling. However, look at the beautiful pattern in that. Isn't that something? I like that in there. Right through there, looks sort of like a flame pattern. Very cool. Now here's another interesting rock that, as you can see, some areas took the mirror-like shine while others did not. It's a good-looking rock, though. I like the detail in there, the different contrasts of the patterns, the colors, and even the finish, the textures. I think that makes this rock very interesting. Gives it lots of character. And here's another one that only took more of a matte finish. Yeah, it's got a decent shine, but not like the other ones. But still, look at the pattern on there. Whatever stone this is, it looks good. And here's another one of those red and orange Jasper-y ones. I wish I had picked up more of this stuff. I'll have to get back out there. That was just out on BLM land, just north of the city. They had lots of these kind of rocks laying around. Now that I see how beautiful they are once tumbled and polished, I'm definitely have to get some more. Now this one took a really good polish, but it looks kind of boring, right? However, when you turn it over, it does have that, which to my eye at least is interesting. Gives it some charm. Yeah, this one's a bit of a dud. It took a little bit of a shine, but as you can see, it has lots of pitting in it. Not too interesting. This is good for the scrap pile. I really like the way this one turned out. It kept a lot of the pattern that I saw initially. Isn't that beautiful? Check that out. Took a good shine as well. Very happy with this one. And of course, here's another one of the red and orange Jasper-y ones. Nice, nice pattern in that. And I'll end on this one. Once more, the red and orange Jasper-y type rock that I found out there. Look at the amazing detail in that. Sort of reminds me of like a Biggs Jasper with that pattern in there. See in there? They didn't really tumble perfectly smooth. As you can see, there are lots of fractures. Just about every piece of this I found did this in the coarse grit. So, in spite of that though, I still think it's a good looking rock. Hey, thanks so much for going on this little rock tumbling adventure with me. These rocks I found out in Deming, New Mexico. I think Well, for the most part, they turned out okay. I thought they were all going to be Jaspers, but as you can see, I was clearly wrong. That's all right. I'm no geologist. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please remember to check my other videos for more like this. Thanks again.